Checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? We live, man. Let's get it. Oh yeah, let's get it. Get everything set up. Yes, sir. Undisputed. Motherfucking sputed, man. Let's go. I'm ready. We're gonna have to chop it up about this fight, man. This is history in the making. History in the making. Skinny 2 Litty reacts in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for coming through. What's good? It's history in the making, y'all. History in the making, man. The first undisputed champion at super welterweight in the 4-belt era is going down. Dirty hard hitting South in the building, man. What's happening? What's going on, man? Let's talk about it. We gotta chop it up about this. We gotta chop it up about this. Damn, man. I do not want to mess your name up, my brother, man. Hey, put that in the chat for me and pronounce your name for me, dog. PSO Lyric. That's what you go by, PSO Lyric, man. Salute to you, big bro. Appreciate you for coming through. What's going on? Say, I know Mel finna take that dub. Man, I hope so. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's finna be a hell of a matchup. You know what I'm saying? I think Castano. I saw a few things. I've been vigorously studying Castano tape for the last few weeks. But then I've been seeing, like, I've been paying attention to body language and, you know what I'm saying? I've been just paying attention to the energy. Hey, Castano a dog. He ready, bruh. He ready. Appreciate you, my boy Skinny 2 Litty, man. Salute to the brother Jay Harris, 2 Real in the building, man. What's happening? What's good? Groundworks Entertainment in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? Y'all hit that like button as you come through. I greatly appreciate it. Says Soul Lyric combined. Okay, that's lit. Soul Lyric, I like that. That's hard. Yeah, man, we gonna talk about it today, though. You know, we Merlot'd up. You know what I'm saying? Sipping a little bit of that Merlot, Robert Mondavi. Y'all know that's my shit. I like that Snoop Dogg, that 19 Crimes. That shit smooth too, for sure. Yeah, bro, we got some more merch coming soon, bro. Be on standby. We gonna come out with these. We gonna drop some more of these hats, and then we gonna do some more of these shirts too. You know what I'm saying? These was like the original ones. Like these hats and these shirts, like the original contender apparel that we ever did. You know what I'm saying? So we sold out of these quick. We ain't made none of these in like a couple of years, and a lot of people been asking for these, but we had put out some new shit, and we got some more stuff coming too. So just stand by. We got real fashion shit coming, bro. Like real fashion shit. Very diverse. A lot of different options. Yes, sir. Support black businesses. Big facts. Big facts. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for this fight. This right here has been, in my opinion, and just for me, this has been the most anticipated fight of this year for me so far. Of course, everybody wanted to see Wilder Fury. I still want to see that. Everybody want to see Spence Pacquiao. Still want to see that. But this fight right here, this matchup, it's just something about this matchup, these two styles, bro. Like, you can't have this fight and not have fireworks. You can't have this type of matchup and not have fireworks. You can't have this type of matchup and not have a war. And then you consider everything that's on the line, bro. I'm excited about this fight. Salute to the brother Big Tex 33 in the building. What's happening? What's good? He said, which 19 crimes you suggest? It's the Merlot. I know it's red wine. I believe it is Merlot. It's the 19 crimes. It's the red wine. I believe it is a Merlot. I don't think it's a Savannah. I think it's a Merlot. But it's real good, bro. I had it one time and it was smooth. My boy put me on it, real smooth. Salute to the brother Armani Rivera Frazier in the building, man. What's happening? Appreciate you for coming through. He said Brian remind me of Sean Porter a little bit. Yeah, he definitely got a lot of Sean Porter in him. Very low center of gravity. Throws a lot of punches, puts on a lot of pressure. And he's very, very skilled on the inside. Fast hands. He definitely got a lot of Sean Porter in him. You know, he got power, but I don't think he got one punch knockout power. He have knocked some guys out, you know, and he have shown that he can hurt guys, but that's a great comparison, Sean Porter. I've heard people say that he's a Sean Porter of the 154-pound division. And in this fight, I think both guys are going to bring the best out of each other. These styles fit so well together where you're going to get the best. Brian Castano, you're going to see, because he going to have to be if he trying to take them belts from JERMELL. If he trying to be undisputed, he going to have to bring the best Brian Castano. And I think his style is going to bring the best out of JERMELL CHARLO as well. And it's funny because Derrick James had actually done an interview where he was talking about how Earl Spence said that he feels like Castano, him coming forward, that pressure that he's going to bring is actually going to make JERMELL better. It's going to bring the best out of JERMELL. And I believe the same thing. That's why I've been so excited about this fight, because Castano makes everybody fight. He makes everybody dig deep in order to get the victory. In order for you to be competitive versus Castano, you're going to have to dig deep. You ain't going to be able to just coast through and box, even though JERMELL is a very, very good boxer off the back foot, and he's elusive and he's mobile, he can move. But in this fight, you know, he going to have to dig deep to win this fight. He going to have to dig deep. Because Castano understands what's at stake. Said, I know Mel about to make history this weekend, but I'm going to miss this fight because of that stupid stuff Mel said. Oh, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to watch the fight, dog. You got to watch the fight. But I respect it, though. I respect it 100%. You know, he did come out and he kind of, you know, tried to atone for it and, you know, but I respected where you coming from. I respect it. Salute to Dalen Chapo in the building. What's happening? Said Charlo Castano gonna be an exciting fight while it lasts. Charlo TKO by 6th round. Okay. Okay. I can see that. I could definitely see that. I think in my prediction, I called it 8th round for Charlo. But to be honest with you, I think this shit can go to the 9th and the 10th. I think this could be a fight that's just such a war in the trenches for 9, 10 rounds. Maybe even get to the 10th and the 11th. And that's when that conditioning gonna come in, because in this fight, I believe both guys gonna be working. You know Castano gonna come forward with immense pressure, throwing hella punches. Even if he missing some punches, he gonna be throwing a lot of punches. He gonna try to put as much pressure as possible on Charlo. And I think there's gonna be spots in this fight where he gonna make Charlo fight, you know, and I mean, Charlo ain't gonna have no choice but to dig deep in his bag of tricks and start throwing haymakers and left hooks. And, you know, he famous for that left hook. I think you gonna see that straight right a lot in this fight. You gonna see that 1-2 straight right. The same shit he was hitting Charles Hatley with, you gonna see that shit a lot in this fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think he gonna make Charlo really dig deep and fight. Like, you gonna see a calculated JERMELL CHARLO, but you gonna see spots in this fight where JERMELL just dig deep and just start going crazy, like just unloading the whole arsenal. So I can see this fight going to the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, and both of these guys just have expended so much energy, done thrown so many punches, so much mental and physical pressure between the two, and it's gonna come down to who won it the most. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to who won it the most. And I just ultimately believe that JERMELL CHARLO want this shit the most. Y'all seen that, man? We going to talk about the weigh-in, too. We going to talk about the weigh-in, too. I know y'all seen that, man, with that cool killer look. He had that look in his eyes, bruh. He had that look in his eyes, bruh. I think he wanted the most. Salute to the brother Eclectic Agitator in the building. What's happening? Appreciate you for coming through. Timothy Ayers in the building. Salute. He said Charlo stopped him around the 10th round. I could definitely see that. You know, I'm thinking between the 8th and the 10th. Those 3 rounds, those gonna be the money rounds in my opinion, because of how rigorous and how physical this fight gonna be, how mentally and physically demanding this fight gonna be. I think when you get into those later rounds, because Castano, his engine is very, very strong. He normally has a lot of energy late in fights. And when he puts that pressure on, he can keep that shit up for the course of a fight. And we know JERMELL CHARLO is one of those guys, one of these special fighters who is always in shape year round. He has natural gifts and he has a great engine as well. So when it gets down to those latter rounds, the 10th, the 11th, the champion, if it makes it to the 12th, I don't think it's gonna make it to the 12th. I think the furthest this fighter go is the 11th, and that's pushing it. The money rounds for me is gonna be between the 8th and the 10th round. That's when shit is gonna get real. That's when shit gonna get extremely real, where you gonna really see who want this shit the most. That's where the undisputed champion is gonna be crowned at, between the 8th and the 10th round. Trust me. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln in the building. He said, I got 200 on JERMELL KO. Big facts. That's good money right there. That's good money. Say, what happens if Charlo loses? It's very possible. It's very possible. And the reason why I really wanted to do this live and just kind of cater Merlot Fridays this week around this particular fight, not, of course, because the fight is tomorrow, but I really wanted to talk more and just more candidly with you guys about Castano and how dangerous he is, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people sleep on Castano. I was talking to my boy, shout out to the No Excuses podcast, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to my boys, man, and I was telling them, I'm like, bruh, man, Castano, he kind of make me a little nervous, you know, because when I break these fights down, I'm objective, and I break this shit down analytically and from a film study standpoint, and I'm honest with myself and I'm honest with y'all, but I am rooting for JERMELL CHARLO. We all know this, right? So I get nervous when I see when my favorite fighters get up in these very, very tough fights and they going against a guy that's really about that shit. Castano really about that shit. And he make me nervous a little bit because this dude tough. You know what I'm saying? He's strong, he mentally strong, he physically strong. And it's something that a lot of people don't know. Castano can fight off of the back foot. He don't just gotta bring pressure. We know that's his calling card, and I think that's how he gonna fight in this fight, because you're not gonna. It would be a terrible idea, in my opinion, for him to try to fight Charlo from distance, because Charlo got the reach advantage, and Charlo's a sharpshooter, but he can fight going backwards. Castano is a very, very skilled fighter, and a lot of people, I think they look at just him coming forward with a lot of pressure. They don't really give him his credit. They don't look at the skills, the hand speed. Look at when he get on the inside. He mixed them bitches up. You know, he mixed them bitches up. You know what I'm saying? And I love how he go to the body. He got great hooks to the body. Castano is tough. You know, so going back to your question, what if JERMELL CHARLO lose? Shit, he lose. You know, Castano deserved to be undisputed. And I'm going to say this. If Castano is to win this fight, you better very damn well know and understand that he earned that shit. He earned that because he beat the very best guy in the division. A guy who I have ranked, what? Number 2 pound for pound? You know, he beat the man at 154, which I believe is the most competitive division in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Brian Castano, because look, y'all remember as soon as he beat Teixeira, when they did an interview, I think this was the same night of the fight, they did an interview with the brother, and they asked him, like, what you think about Undisputed with JERMELL CHARLO? Shout out to G5 Gabe in the building. They asked him about how you feel about unifying with JERMELL CHARLO for Undisputed. Bruh he didn't hesitate not one bit. He said, yeah, I'm ready for that. He said, look, he said, shit, Just give me a couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying, so I can recoup, and then I'll be back in the gym. I'm ready. He said this shit, bro. I made a video on it. Brian Castano said as soon as he won versus Teixeira, bro, he was saying, like, I want the JERMELL CHARLO fight ASAP. A lot of these guys that just become champion, when they first get a belt, bro, they be trying to do everything they can to hold on to that shit. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to do everything they can to hold on to that shit. They'll say, all right, let me go fight him, or let me go fight him. He could have went to go fight J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? He could have went to go fight Tony Harrison. Those are tough fights. But he could have went to go fight Lubin. He could have went to go fight Jason Rosario. He said, no, I want Undisputed. I want to go after the man next, immediately. You know what I'm saying? So Brian Castano is the real deal. He the real deal. This ain't going to be no easy fight for JERMELL. This gonna be a hell of a fight. He might make it look easy in certain points of the fight because JERMELL CHARLO is a special fighter. But he not coming in this bitch to lay down. Trust and believe. He not coming in this bitch to lay down. Brian Castano coming to win. Trust me. Salute to the brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. What's happening to you, what's happening with you, my brother? I appreciate you for coming through. Y'all go subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Great boxing content, man. That brother knows his motherfucking stuff, man. Shout out to Mike Rom in the building. What's happening? Alamane Cruz in the building. What's good? Murr in the building. What's popping? Let me see. He said, Groundworks Entertainment in the building. What's good? He said, if JERMELL win, do you think he fights Crawford next? Man, a lot of people been asking me about Crawford versus Charlo. Hey, look, let me say this. A lot of people been asking me about JERMELL CHARLO versus Terrence Crawford. Let me say this. I would love to see that fight because it's Terrence Crawford. These are two guys that are top 3 in my pound for pound. I got JERMELL CHARLO number 2, and I got Terrence Crawford number 3. So this would be a fantastic fight. Crawford was undisputed at 140. Assuming that JERMELL CHARLO wins tomorrow night, he'll be undisputed at 154. And both of these guys, very decorated fighters, both extremely skilled. I believe both fighters are very special. They both got that it factor. But I think it's a money fight. It's a good money fight for JERMELL. You know, you got a guy like Crawford who highly decorated coming up to 154. He ain't really going to get no credit for beating Crawford, but it's going to be a good, entertaining fight. I don't think Crawford has a chance to beat JERMELL CHARLO, just to put it quite frankly. I don't think he has a chance. It'll be something like, it's a good opportunity for Crawford to test himself. You know what I'm saying? Just to push his skills to the limit to see just how good he is. How far can I take my talents? Because truth be told, Crawford, in my opinion, I don't really think he's a small 147 pounder. I think he's just right. Where he is in his career right now, on this age, the way he's grown into the division, I think he's just right. I don't think he's just small for a 147. You look at his height, you know, what is about 5'8", 5'8.5", almost 5'9". Got good size. You know, your typical welterweight is going to be anywhere between 5'7" is on the smaller side, but anywhere between 5'8" and 5'10". That's a real solid size welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's coming up in weight. But 154, I don't like Crawford at 154. And I damn sure don't like him at 154 versus JERMELL CHARLO. I think soon as he get touched by JERMELL, he going to sleep. He going straight to sleep. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln in a super chat coming through and showing love. He said also Castano did beat our boy Earl in the amateurs. But he said, but that was a long time ago. But still something to think about. I still got Mel by KO. Facts. He also beat Derevyanchenko in the amateurs as well. And that Derevyanchenko and Castano fight is online right now. You can see it. They didn't have no headgear. Now, look, granted, it was a 6-round fight. So you got to take that into account because it's 12 rounds in the pros in championship fights. And just because he was able to keep, and he fought off the back foot in that fight versus Derevyanchenko, because if you look at Derevyanchenko, he got a similar style to Castano. You know, he liked to come forward and get on the inside and throw combinations, got good speed. He liked to mix it up. So they both had a pretty similar style. So I'm guessing in that fight, Castano he said, all right, look, I'm going to be the one to fight off the back foot and try to set traps and lure Derevyanchenko in and hit him with some shit. And he did a good job of doing that. But if that was in the pros for 12 rounds, I don't know if he would have won that fight. Because it's hard to keep that shit up for 12 rounds, and then somebody like Derevyanchenko who coming forward, you know, landing shots, mixing that shit up, it might have either been a split decision or shit, Derevyanchenko probably would have pulled that shit out. So with the Earl Spence fight, I haven't seen no film on that. I really don't know how that went. You know what I'm saying? But he is a very decorated fighter. Castano has a decorated amateur background, and when you look at what he's done in the pros so far, he's only 17-0 right now, but what was he like, 14-0 when he fought Lara? To be able to do that in such a short time frame in your career, to be able to compete with Lara and fight to a draw, a lot of people thought Castano won that fight, that fight against Lara. A lot of people thought he won that fight. It was a very, very close fight. I thought it was a draw, could have went either way, but that was a very, very close fight, and he put a lot of pressure on Lara. You know what I'm saying? So Castano is a dangerous guy. I don't think this is going to be an easy fight by any means. Salute to the brother Jay Harris, Too Real, in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, just giving you a little something, keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate it, man. Humbly. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. 100. Salute to the brother Big Tex 33 coming through in the super chat, showing love, man. He said, appreciate this boxing talk, bro. This COVID shit trying to take your boy out. Said, I needed some entertainment. Damn, you got that vid, bro. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Much prayers to you, Big Tex 33. You gonna make it through, my brother. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? 100. You Texas strong, man. You know how we rocking. You know what I'm saying? That shit can't hold you back, bro. You feel me? Salute to Jonathan Simon in the building. What's happening? What's good? The GOAT in the building. Salute. He said JERMELL is gonna beat up Castano. Best 154 pound fighter ever. He's definitely up there for sure. You know, Terry Norris, you know, Canelo did his thing at 154. The Lone Star Cobra did his thing at 154. Yeah. Vigilante Kato in the building. What's happening? Yeah, my boy got the vid, man, but say he gonna make it through. You know what I'm saying? Cause he Texas strong. Big facts. My boy got that vid. But yeah, JERMELL CHARLO is etching his name in history right now. He's definitely on that upper echelon when you talk about becoming undisputed, everything that he's accomplished at 154. He's been a career 154 pounder, and he's fought top guys like Vanes Monterosian, Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Jason Rosario, Erickson Lubin, who could continue to go on and be great, might be a multi-divisional champion. You know what I'm saying? I think Erickson Lubin can still do a lot of great things. Brian Castano, again, a very decorated fighter. You know what I'm saying? Tony Harrison, 2 times. A lot of people, including myself, felt like JERMELL CHARLO won the first fight with Tony Harrison. So, Walter Lee in the building, salute. What's happening? This is history in the making, bro. And if Brian Castano can win this shit, I told y'all, if he beat JERMELL CHARLO, he beat a real killer. Did y'all see the weigh-in? Did y'all see the face-off? Like, JERMELL had that look in his eyes, bro. Like, that type shit would have psyched me the fuck out. If I'm Castano and I'm witnessing this shit, that shit would have psyched me out, bro. Because right after that, JERMELL shook the dude's hand. Like, bro, you just looked at me like you want to eat my lunch. Like you want to take everything that my family has. Like you want to kill me. And then after that, you shake my hand, bro. What the fuck? I'm like, bro, what type of time is you really on? That seemed like JERMELL seemed like he unstable, and that's good. That's good because I know he focused. I know he ready, but he got that killer in his eyes. Woo, I don't know, bro. This shit finna be dangerous. This shit finna be dangerous, bro. You might see the best JERMELL CHARLO in this fight. Keep in mind, we talking about, like, JERMELL CHARLO is at the apex. He's at the peak right now. You know what I'm saying? He at the peak. This is JERMELL CHARLO in his best physical shape. He got the best coach in the sport of boxing. He got the best stablemate that you could possibly have in Errol Spence Jr. He's fighting for Undisputed. You heard what he said before the fight. He said, bro, I've been wanting to be undisputed since I was a child. This been my lifelong dream as a child, bro. I want this shit. JERMELL CHARLO want this shit, dog. And look, I want to talk about that too. Like, I love when these fighters show passion. Like, and it don't even just have to be boxing, but we talking about boxing right now, but in any sport, I love when these guys show passion like they really want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me you really want that. Like, I can invest in a motherfucker who I know they really want that shit. Like, JERMELL really want to be great. You know, a lot of these guys act all nonchalant, like, you know, yeah, it's just another day, woo, woo. That's cool. That's cool, but I can tell, like, Mel really want that shit. I know if it came down to it, bro, he willing to die in that ring, bro. He's willing to give it all in the ring, bro. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because people that don't be having that type of energy, I know it is silent killers out there. That's cool. I like that, but you don't even gotta talk. It's something about your energy, bro. It's just something about how you carry yourself that let me know, like, this motherfucker, he really want that shit, dog. And I see that. I see that in Castano too, but it ain't like how JERMELL got it though. I don't think Castano gonna lay down neither. I don't think neither one of these, if it came down to it, bro, neither one of these dudes gonna quit. They gonna have to go out on their shield, bro. They gonna have to go out on their shield. Neither one of these dudes gonna lay down in this ring, bro. I promise you. Neither one of them. This gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. Salute to the brother, the soulmates in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming through. He said, damn, the notification ain't working. Man, YouTube hating on me like that? God damn. Salute to Robert Justin in the building. He said, you think Bud versus Earl is next? I hope so, you know, but I'm not gonna overlook Manny Pacquiao. Y'all know I'm picking Errol Spence in that fight, but I ain't gonna overlook Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao can shit. That's a legend, you know. If Earl can get past Manny, I would love to see Bud versus Earl next. That's the only fight that I want to see next. That's the only fight that makes sense to me. So y'all better hope Mel don't lose. A lot of fans gonna be hurt. Shit, he lost before. We gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be real with you. If Mel lost, I'm gonna be sick as a dog. I'm gonna get on the post fight. I'm gonna do my video like I normally do. I'm gonna be sick as a dog though. No cap. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be hurt like a motherfucker if he lost. But like I said, if Castano has enough to beat JERMELL CHARLO, he motherfucking earned it. And you can't do nothing but respect that. And if JERMELL do lose, then I know he lost to a real dog. He lost to a real killer. Because in order to beat JERMELL CHARLO at this stage in his career, you gotta take it from him. I told y'all that loss that he took to Tony Harrison, even though I felt like he won that fight, that loss really changed JERMELL. That shit changed his mentality. You know what I'm saying? He was already a killer, but he became more calculated, more intelligent, more strategic. You know what I'm saying? He don't ever want to feel that shit again, bro. Trust and believe. This fight is more even than most people think it is. This fight more even than most people think it is. Murray said if he lose, he lose. I respect the challenge. Nothing wrong with being hurt by your fighter losing. We fans. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But see, that goes back to what I always say about the super welterweight division. See, when you have these divisions where, and I'm not trying to shit on nobody, bruh. When you have these divisions like lightweight, for example, we can look at welterweight and say everybody's pretty much fighting except Terrence Crawford. He's the only one that's really not in the mix. So I'm going to exclude 147. But when you look at like the lightweight division, it's so much talent in that division, but you got 5 guys that's undefeated that everybody claim is the best. But shit, how you know these dudes the best if they ain't fighting? With the super welterweight division, I don't care if these dudes got L's. I don't give a damn if Castano had 4 L's. I don't give a fuck if Charlo had 3 L's. I don't care if Tony Harrison lost 5 fights. These dudes fighting. And you gon' have L's if everybody fighting, everybody mixing it up. People gonna lose. Somebody gotta lose. Somebody gotta win. You dig what I'm saying? So I respect that Castano did not waste no time after he beat Teixeira. He said, I want Undisputed next. I want to fight JERMELL CHARLO next. JERMELL CHARLO, he could have said shit. Castano looked good versus Teixeira. I don't know. Let me see how he do versus somebody else first, and then I'll go fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? They could have kind of finagled and been strategic and did their own little thing just to try to prolong their reign as champions. No, they said, fuck that. Let's do it right now for Undisputed. Let's put all the marbles on the table and see who the best. That's why I fuck with the 154-pound division. Because these dudes fighting. It's always a challenge there to be accepted, and these dudes is stepping up and accepting the challenge. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, what if Thurman beats Ugas and gets that WBA? Would you rather see Bud versus Earl or Thurman versus Earl? Ooh, that's a hell of a question. That's a great question. Damn, that's a great question. To be honest with you, bruh, damn, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Because that Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight got so much history behind it. I'm going to be real with you, bruh. Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman got more history than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That fight got more history than Spence versus Crawford. It's so much bad blood between these dudes, and we've been wanting to see that fight. Even before Crawford even came to 147, we've been wanting to see Spence versus Thurman. So, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to pick one, I'm going to pick Crawford. I'm going to say Spence versus Crawford. I'd rather see that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see that first. But I wouldn't be mad if Thurman did somehow come up on that WBA title and we got Spence versus Thurman instead. I wouldn't be mad because it's unification and it's a fight that we've been wanting to see for a long time. So you can't go wrong with either of those, but if I had to choose, I'm going to go with Spence versus Crawford. Salute to the brother Jonathan Simon in a super chat coming through and showing love. He said, what's up, my brother Trinidad Wright? Hearns, McCallum, Norris, Fernando, Vargas, and Canelo are greater at 154 than JERMELL, just my opinion. Hey, that's a solid opinion, bro. And you know what? Winky Wright was amazing. I love Felix Trinidad at 154. I thought that he was a phenomenal 147 and 154 pounder. Trinidad is one of my favorite fighters of all time. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that he can get hurt and then come back and bust your ass because he got power. You know what I'm saying? He got crazy power, and it seemed like when you hurt him, he come back even stronger. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was great at 154, though I would have loved to see Canelo fight one of the Charlo brothers at 154. You know, but he did have some good matches there. But you know what? None of those guys became undisputed. Not in the 4-belt era. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's never been done before in the 4-belt era, undisputed. So I definitely respect where you coming from with that, because all those guys you name are elite and they great fighters. You know what I'm saying? But I think what JERMELL CHARLO doing right now and the way he's doing it, when you look at every time he steps up in competition, he elevates his game. Every time he get in there with somebody that's a perceived threat, he elevate his game. He get a flashy knockout. You know what I'm saying? You look at he lost against Tony Harrison in the controversial decision. The build up to both of those fights were fantastic. He come in a rematch, everybody thinking Charlo has been exposed. He's been found out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying that, oh shit, Harrison exposed him. All you got to do is outbox him. He can't box with Harrison. But what he do, he go in there, he stay 10 toes down, and he get the KO. And contrary to popular belief, I had JERMELL up in that fight at the time of the knockout. I had him up by a round or two. So I thought he was boxing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like what JERMELL doing right now, man, he carving his own legacy, and he doing a hell of a job of it, man. So hopefully he does win tomorrow, man, and he get that undisputed and really cement that shit in the game. Salute to the brother Eclectic Agitator in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, Charlo by KO in 6, EJ and Charlo on a parlay. Big facts. That's good money. That's good money right there, man. That's good money. Salute to the brother Boxing Wave coming through in the super chat, coming up and showing love. I appreciate you, my brother. Hey, shout out to Boxing Wave, man. Good content over there, man. I love your videos, bro. Keep doing your thing. He said, real channel right here. Make sure y'all donate. 154 has been one of the best divisions for years. Big facts. One of the most competitive. I think it's the most competitive division, and it has been like that for years now. You know, these guys are fighting. Everybody look at the records and they say, man, these dudes got losses, and you know what I'm saying? I don't look at that shit, bro, because I take that as guys actually getting in the ring and fight. That's what I take that as. I don't discredit fighters for taking L's when they actually challenging themselves, because you can have fighters that's undefeated and they ain't fighting no damn body. They ain't challenging themselves. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 154. That's my favorite division right now. Salute to the brother Jay Harris, too real, back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, gotta go spar. Oh, you finna go spar? Already, man. Do your thing, bro. Don't get in there and get beat up now. I'm just messing with you, bro. Salute to the brother Antonio Holmes in the building. What's happening? Jay Einstein in the building. What's happening? Said if Charlo wins and Virgil Hunter don't win Trainer of the Year, is rigged. Virgil Hunter? Who? You must be talking about Derrick James. Bruh said Virgil Hunter. You know Virgil Hunter, he coached Mario Barrios. And they lost, man. Said Boo's gonna die at 160. Fans perspective in the building, salute. I like Boots at 147, 154, and 160 one day. I think he got the frame for 160. But he gonna have to gradually build up to it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll be a great 154 pounder when the time comes. I think he'll be able to make 147 for some time, for at least 2 or 3 more years. Said let Boost fight Ugas so Ennis can draw Bud and Thurman. Who would you rather see? I would love to see that too. Salute to the OG Mr. Munt in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, ain't no way Heyman make Thurman Bud and risk losing that belt to Top Rank. He said, when he can keep it in PBC by making Spence Thurman, and I wouldn't blame him. Yeah, that's what these promoters doing these days. They keeping the fights in-house. But I mean, they've been doing that shit since the beginning of boxing. That's the business of boxing. They've been doing that, so I'm not surprised at all. You know, that's what Bob Arum over there doing, so I'm not surprised one bit. But I would rather see the winner. I would rather see the 3 belts, because I know that's gonna be a tough fight for them to make on the business side as far as Thurman and Terrence Crawford. So I would rather see PBC go ahead and unify the 3 belts on this side, and then just make one big undisputed unification between the winner, whoever come out on top, versus Terrence Crawford. Even though I would like to see Terrence Crawford get in there and mix it up. Now, keep in mind, They say that Terrence Crawford's contract is supposed to be up at the end of this year, but I keep hearing that he's gonna re-sign with Top Rank. So I think we gotta wait to see how that unfolds. Said breaking news: Boost fighting at 160. Is that real? Is Jerron Ennis going to 160? Somebody confirm that for me. Is that real? Salute to the brother Valentine in the building. What's happening? Said Coach Red and Buddy said he was going to be a free agent in October, and they're coming to see Al for the truth. I hope so, Valentine. I hope so. That's the only move to make, in my opinion. Terrence Crawford already has everything. He has nothing, like, there's really nothing that a promotional company can do for Terrence Crawford. He already built his catalog. He got a great, he's a decorated fighter. He's won titles in multiple divisions. He's been undisputed. He's made a lot of money in the game. There's really no reason for him to sign with any promoter. He should just be a free agent and go fight whoever the hell he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no reason for him to re-sign with Top Rank. You're 33 now. You're about to be 34. Be your own man. Be your own boss. You done made all the money you want to make. Now just go fight the best. Stacy Landon in the building. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Says salute contender from VA. You the truth. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Shout out to VA. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to VA. Yeah, man. I don't see no reason for Terrence Crawford to re-sign with Top Rank, bro. There's nothing that they can do for him. I mean, I know he want to get that guaranteed $3 million a fight, but there's really nothing that they can do for him that he can't do for himself. Salute to the brother Valentine in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, keep grinding, lines only, man down. Big facts. 100. Jay Smith in the building. Salute to you. But yeah, man, so what's y'all final predictions for tomorrow, man? What's y'all final prediction? I know we did the poll in the community, but give me y'all final predictions on this fight. How y'all see this shit playing out? And be honest, it's a 50-50 fight. I know Charlo is the favorite, but trust me, this is a 50-50 fight, man. So you can't go wrong either way. Texas T in the building, salute. Said Mel, 6-round stoppage. Tweez Boog in the building, salute. Under 10 rounds. Dirk Banks said, I got Mel. Jamel by late stoppage. Mel by TKO in the 11th. Okay. I like that pick. TKO in the 11th. I like that. That's what I really hope happens. I hope this shit go all the way down to the 11th. I don't want to see it go 12. I don't think it's going 12. But I would love to see this fight go all the way down to the wire to the 11th round and shit just get real. All hell get unleashed. Melvin Daniels in the building. Salute. Said Charlo by KO 6th round after grueling fight. Okay, I like that pick too. DSV company say I'm in the building. Man down already. Jamel by UD. Okay. You know what? I would be surprised if it did go to a decision, but I can see how that happens. I can see how that would happen because Castano seems very durable. I know Charlo is durable, and it could be a situation where, and this is, I think it's a low percentage that this would happen, but could be a situation where Jamel is like very, very mobile and just tries to use angles and use the whole ring and just outbox Castano and win a decision. Or Castano could just be more busy than Charlo and win a lot of rounds early, and it could either be a split decision for Castano or shit, he might be able to fuck around and pull off a unanimous decision. It's possible. But I think that's the low percentage prediction. Said Charlo later round stoppage might be down early. That's possible too. I can see that. What I would like to see from JERMELL though, remember in the breakdown of this fight, the number one keys to victory that I did in the keys to victory for this fight was JERMELL CHARLO. He got to use that jab. He got to use that jab early. I think he going to have to pop that bitch early and often in this fight. He can't afford to just sit back and just be just 100% ambush or 100% just sharpshooter from the outside. He going to have to use that jab and use it aggressively and often. You know what I'm saying? Because he can win rounds just off the jab alone. He got the reach advantage. And I told y'all that that jab, straight right, that combination is going to be big in this fight because Castano, he going to come straight in. And sometimes he kind of lunge in and leave himself open. I would love to see JERMELL throw that jab and throw that straight right behind it the same way he was piecing up Charles Hatley with it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see JERMELL hit, throw that bitch out. He got a great straight right. Great straight right. Said young fella, the jab has to be Larry Holmes. Big facts. That jab got to be his number one weapon. And he got to throw it with conviction too. You know, don't just, and I don't even know why I'm saying this because he never just lays that bitch out there. He always throws it with conviction and very strong and stiff. But I just want to see him throw the jab more. You know, to the head and to the body. Throw that. If he can throw that jab early and often, then he can set Castano up for anything that he want to throw. Anything, any weapon that he wants to use in his arsenal, it should come behind the jab. He'll be able to set everything up with that. You know, if he lacks the jab early in this fight, that's where I think Castano can have the most success. That's going to be the key, in my opinion. Said the weigh-in got me hyped. Charlo better let loose on that boy. Big facts. Said Lara ran and banged his way to a draw versus Brian. I think Mel sits him down and walks him violently. Okay. This is going to be a great fight. I really wanted to just put emphasis on how competitive this fight is going to be. Because I know we look at Castano, he's not a very familiar fighter. He hasn't really been in any high-profile fights. Hasn't really been on the big stage. We've seen Charlo time and time again on a stage like this. So, you know, most people look at this fight, they look at the matchup and they say, damn, Charlo by KO. I'm picking the same shit, but you got to give some respect to Castano, man, because this dude right here, he got me nervous. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm a little nervous going into this fight. Y'all know I'm rooting for Charlo. But I'm a little nervous going into this fight, man. I'm a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous. There's something about this dude, man. The pressure that he put on, the relentlessness. I don't even know if it's relentlessness a word, but he's very relentless. And that shit got me nervous. Mr. Munn say the jab and sneaky uppercut. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to see that right uppercut in this fight. I want to see the jab, the straight right, that combination paired together, and then, of course, the jab alone. And I want to see that right uppercut. I think that's going to be big because a lot of times Castano come in. If you watch the Teixeira fight, you will see Teixeira had like extremely long reach. His reach was longer than JERMELL, but I don't think he really knew how to use that shit. But if you look at the Teixeira fight with Castano, even though he would lunge in and he'll be missing, you know, but he'll just throw punches in order to close the distance. And a lot of times he'll lunge in and, you know, he'll just throw a jab or he'll even throw a straight right. The shit hit nothing but air. But he's closing the distance and using his feet to close that distance and just throwing punches just for the hell of it. Like, look, I'm busy. I'm throwing punches in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those times he was missing and overextending himself. And I saw a lot of opportunities where JERMELL CHARLO could counter. You know, remember, in my 3 keys to victory for JERMELL CHARLO, it's the jab, then his ability to tie up Castano, just like how he did versus Rosario. He gonna have to tie him up in certain spots to, you know, tire him out and discourage him from coming forward and let him know that, look, it's some strength behind this. You ain't just gonna walk in this bitch and think it's sweet. I'm strong too. I'm grab your ass and wrestle with you a little bit, throw you back, and then get back to throwing my punches. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna have to be able to time up. But the third thing I said was gonna be the timing and the accurate counter punching. And I think JERMELL CHARLO is definitely gonna have some opportunities to counter Brian Castano in this fight, because he gonna be overextending himself trying to close that distance, you know, and that's where JERMELL got to use that right uppercut. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the left hook too. And JERMELL got to go to the body in this fight. He got to go to the body. He got to go to the body. Said Harrison long ass gave Mel fits because his jab is a shotgun that could keep Mel honest. Brian about to lay down. That's a fact too. That's a fact. You know, I think Tony Harrison's skill set will give a lot of guys issues. I think Harrison's only issue really, bruh, is not getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's really his biggest issue, is not getting knocked out. Because sometimes if you look at in the rematch versus Charlo, that fight was very close when he got knocked out. A lot of people had him up. At the end of the fight, the scorecards, I think they had JERMELL CHARLO. 2 of the judges had Mel winning, and then one of them had it either tied or they had Tony Harrison up. And then if you look at his loss versus Jarrett Hurd, he was winning that fight. And then he lost to Willie Nelson as well. Willie fucking Nelson. Yes, he got knocked out by a dude named Willie Nelson, a black dude. And he was winning that fight too. So that's really his only issue, bruh. Like, he get overly confident and shit when he be up on the cards. He be outboxing motherfuckers, be doing a hell of a job. Outboxing, landing good, clean power shots, counter punching, just styling on motherfuckers. Then he start getting too confident and he get knocked the fuck out. That's what happened. You seen that? You seen a prime example of that versus JERMELL CHARLO in the rematch. You know, he out there dancing and doing a little wiggle and shit and got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I think Tony Harrison give a lot of dudes issues. Said Saucy Thanos said the reason why it's a strong fight is because Castano, I think, is willing to get lumped up to impose his will on Charlo. He a poor man's Joe Frazier, if you would. I heard somebody compare him to Joe Frazier, and I thought that was very interesting. I think, you know, you can kind of look at Sean Porter and say he has a similar style to Joe Frazier, and I compare Castano to Sean Porter, so I definitely can see where that comes in at. He don't have a Joe Frazier type power. Of course, he's not a heavyweight, but he does have good power for his division. But yeah, that is one of the keys that's gonna make this fight what I think it's gonna be, is because Castano is willing to take shots. He has okay head movement when he comes forward, but I think he could be better. And I think in this fight, he's going to have to be a lot sharper while he's putting on that pressure and being aggressive, because Charlo is a sniper. He's extremely accurate when he's throwing those counters, and he's an ambush fighter. He sets traps for guys. You know, he allows you to think shit sweet while you coming in, and, you know, he'll feint, and then he'll just throw some wild shit. He'll hit you with an overhand right. You know, or he'll throw a straight right. Or he'll just jump in with a lead check left hook. You know what I'm saying? And he's dangerous. So Castano gonna have to be on point while he's marching forward and applying that pressure, because he can definitely run into a devastating shot from JERMELL CHARLO, and that one shot could change the whole fight. It could be a shot that either knocks him out right then and there, or it could be a shot that discourages him and just changes his whole game plan, makes him fight backwards. And I don't think that's where Castano want to be. Even though I think he can fight off the back foot versus JERMELL CHARLO, that's not where you want to be Not in the undisputed fight where this dude really is willing to take your head off and he's coming for blood. You don't want to be on your back foot versus JERMELL CHARLO in this fight. You don't. You don't, because that's where, I mean, you giving him too much confidence and energy coming forward, and I think that's where he's gonna be at his best. You know what I'm saying? But I expect the all-out war. I expect nothing but, you know, fireworks, combat. You know, you're gonna see a little bit of chess, but I think it's gonna be a dogfight for the most part. Said Showtime has done a great job this year so far. Yeah, I've been loving the all accesses and the epilogues. The all accesses before the fights, and then I saw that they did a great job with Tank Davis and Mario Barrios. Those were very entertaining to watch. I enjoyed the Charlo and Montiel all access, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Charlo and Castano all access as well. They've been doing a hell of a job with the pre-fight promotions, and then, you know, just with everything, man. I like how they mix in the morning combat. I think that's what it's called. I forget those two guys' name that does the commentary on morning combat, but I love how they mix that in after the weigh-in or throughout the weigh-in, where, you know, in between they'll take breaks and those guys will come in and talk about the matchups. Showtime been doing a hell of a job. Said Castano better be defensively responsible. Facts. Facts. Jumpman 305 in the building, salute. Said Charlo head movement is going to be important. Also, he should faint. Yeah, big facts. Yeah, I think Charlo going to have to, the number one unbiased perspective in the building, man. What's happening, bro? If I ain't already shouted you out. Jay Cool in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Yeah, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for pulling up. You know, better late than never. But yeah, Charlo definitely going to have to be on point with his head movement. I think more so for him, because he's the longer fighter and he's going to be able to control distance as best that he can. I think more so for him is going to be that jab and being able to tie Castano up on the inside. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be key. Body work as well, big facts, but tying him up on the inside, because a guy like Castano, I think he'll get frustrated because he loves to apply pressure and he loves to do so much work on the inside that if you tie him up, he'll get frustrated. I think Charlo can frustrate him. You know what I'm saying? You know, he do all that work to get to the inside, and once he actually gets in range, Charlo show his physical dominance by tying his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Let him know, motherfucker, hey, it's strength over here. You gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? Let him go and then get your shots off. You feel me? You do that a few times, he gonna start getting frustrated and start lunging in and just leaving himself open, and that's when Charlo can let his shit off. You know what I'm saying? Once he start getting overzealous and leaving himself off, that's when Charlo really can start letting them bombs off on his ass, because he gonna get fed up. He gonna be like, every time I get close, this motherfucker grab me. You know what I'm saying? So now I got you exactly where I want you. Charlo gonna have to tie his ass up every time he get close for those first, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 rounds, 3 to 4 to 5 rounds. Tie his motherfucking ass up and start getting on his ass. That's what I think Charlo need to do. And then I'm gonna tell you, like, the second half of the fight, 6th, 7th, 8th round, that's when, you know, all that work that you done put to the body, tying him up, hitting him with the jab, all that shit gonna pay off, because 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round, I don't think he gonna have that same energy that he had in the first 5 or 6 rounds. That's when you're going to be able to catch him with all the bombs. He say, when he get hit, he get mad and lunge forward. Yeah, that's facts. I saw that in the Teixeira fight. When Teixeira did land solid shots on him, he would just overextend himself and come forward. He definitely did that. Jay Cooley said, I put 50 on Charlo to win in the fourth and get 1,400. Damn, for real? Ooh, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. I hope you win that shit, bro. I hope you win that shit, man. That's a hell of a bet. I mean, you ain't really losing shit. And shit, you can win 1,400? That's a good ass bet. I hope you win that, bro. Damn, man. But look, man, I'm finna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. I can't wait for this fight tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy the fight. You dig? I'm going to do a post-fight reaction. And we're going to talk about how it all went down, man. And shit, I can't wait. This is probably my most anticipated matchup so far this year. Of course, we still got Spence and Pacquiao. We still got Fury and Wilder. But up until this point, this is the fight that I've been looking forward to the most. So shout out to Joey Foster in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hit that like button on your way out if you haven't already. You know, if you came late, go back and watch the replay. We had a real good discussion on this fight here, man. And, you know, y'all have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Contender regime. Boxing. I'll holler at y'all, boys.